Good night, folks. Good night, everyone. Welcome back to Karen's Vibes. I haven't been on for a long time. Oh my goodness, I don't know how me one busy so. Most of the times my hands are full. I have a lot of stuff doing. But I said no, man. I need to come on and continue my reading and so forth. So please forgive me for the long wait for those who are waiting to hear the rest of the story. If it's even one viewer that I have, it doesn't matter. You guys are important. You are important. So my apologies for that. So I'm gonna get on to reading. I just came in not too long ago. I don't know if those who've been watching my videos, I spoke some time ago about a very lovely lady that died in Brownstone. Her name is Miss Norma Walters. So she passed away a couple weeks ago, and then today was her funeral. So I was at her funeral. A lovely service. Trust me, Miss Norma Walters will be missed. She was a JP, and you could always go to her to sign documents and stuff. She never turned you back, or she would say, okay, then come another day, or she'd give you a time to come. So Miss Norma Walters, she was a very lovely lady, and she will be missed. She won't be forgotten, but she will be missed. So today was her funeral, and I definitely had to be there. Well, I didn't go all dressed up. I was in my t-shirt and my pants because I had other stuff doing on the road, so I wasn't able to come back to change. But the clothes is not what matters. It's the presence, my presence. Alright, so let's delve into our story. So I always do this, introduce the book again. Even if it's a million times. So the name of the book is Come Back Old Iron Blue, and it's written by Elkanah Rule and narrated by moi, Karen Weir. Alright, so we are so before I go into that, let me just say I hope you're all okay. Despite the heavy rains that we've been having, I hope you guys are okay. Everybody just trying to take one day at a time, because things are not perfect. Life isn't perfect. But you have to just take one day at a time. So alright, so we are still at chapter 6, which is the disappearing animals. So we had reached where did we reach last time? Let us see. So we read the part where they locked up Peacehead and his brother, and they locked them in jail and what have you. And so if you've been following the last video, you'll see where I had left off. So the brothers were put in jail, and then the other policeman, Pinkins, who was trying to do some investigation, made the other police let them out of the prison, but they didn't make anybody else know, to see who was really stealing the animals in the community. So as I say, if you've been following my video, you will on Karen Vibes on YouTube, following my videos that I've been read and upload on my YouTube channel, you will see where you would have been following the story and see where we're at. So we had stopped at 7 o'clock. So alright, so let me just start back at that paragraph. Alright, you all ready, guys? So grab a cool drink or a cup of tea. Or if you're busy working or doing whatever, you can listen along. I have some tea here with me. It's actually, oh my goodness, things like a thing there. And well, ants got in my cup. But what they say, or the old time people always say, wanna kill fatten. So I'm gonna drink it just the same. So I'm having some tea here. It's actually Leaf of Life mixed with this mint they call black mint. So it's Leaf of Life with black mint. So I haven't eaten all day, so I just decided to make some tea. Have some, and it's actually nice. You guys need to try this Leaf of Life with black mint. Makes both of them lovely teas. I actually have some teas coming out, but eventually when I get to that crossroad, I'll be introducing it to you guys. Alright, so let's get into our story. So let me start reading back from here. You ready? I am certain that I saw my animals after 7 last night. So this is Dirty Ears, who had gone to the police station and was reporting that his animals were stolen and what have you. So let's continue. So we'll continue where we had left off. I am certain that I saw my animals after 7 last night. I can't understand what is happening, he said in a subdued tone. Dirty Ears decided to go to the police station to report the theft and to inquire if the brothers were in fact at the station at 7 o'clock. When he went, Robert was already there. He explained to Dirty Ears that he heard that they had stolen his pig and cows, and as a patriotic citizen of the community, he came to report it to the police, and also to inform them that a chain was lying behind Peacehead and Hookworm's house. So the two brothers that got locked up, their names are Peacehead and Hookworm. What did the police say to you? Asked a puzzled Dirty Ears. That I should sit here and don't move until further ordered. Oh my goodness, I have this funny thing with this list. Guys, forgive me. Alright. So the policeman says to him, he said, what did the policeman say to you? Asked a puzzled Dirty Ears. That I should sit here and don't move until further orders. Did you report that Mas Abagus' donkey was also stolen? Inquired Dirty Ears. Yes, replied Robert. Did the policeman tell you that Peacehead and Hookworm were back in custody from 7 o'clock p.m. yesterday? Asked Dirty Ears, seeming to develop some suspicion. Are they really in the lockup here? Well, I think I will be better off if I leave this place, he said, looking quite alarmed. So, Robert was the thief all along. He was the one stealing the animal, but you see, the policeman whose name is Pinkins, who is the real Sherlock Holmes, him find out what going on. So when Robert realized now, say, somebody kind of pick up on something, him ready to excuse himself. So I hope they hold on to him. Anyway, let's get back to reading. Are they really in the lockup here? Well, I think I will be better off if I leave this place, he said, looking quite alarmed. Why? Asked Dirty Ears. With no explanation, he walked out of the guard room and was heading towards the gate. Come back here! Come back here! Came the sharp voice of the policeman. He began to run. The policeman charged out of the station with the baton in hand, dodged through the village of Lourdes Park. He ran with the policeman several yards behind, but was gaining steadily. So when he realized everybody catch up on him, now he start run. By the time they reached the school gate, he could feel the heat of the policeman's breath on the back of his neck. He suddenly swerved, causing the policeman to stumble, losing a few yards, but within seconds, he was again in the same predicament. The policeman drew alongside him and clapped him in the knee with his baton. He fell to the ground. Please, officer! Please, officer! Don't hit me again, he pleaded. I suffer from what? I suffer from malagripe. I have never heard of this before. You ever heard of this, guys? What they call malagripe. So he's telling the policeman lick him in his knee. Him start pleading and saying suffer from malagripe. I die quite easily. A hard blow and I am dead. The policeman lifted his baton. Do Uncle Constable. So hear him start plead to the policeman. Do, Uncle Constable, please, please, Uncle Corporal, please, Uncle Inspector. Do, Brother Superintendent. Don't let me again. Believe me, I am a man who dies easily. So him start beg and plead to the police. Man, my yearly man name him call the police, man. Do, Uncle Constable. Please, Uncle Corporal. Please, Uncle Inspector. Do, Brother Superintendent. Don't let me again. Believe me, I'm a man who dies easily. All right. It seems that will hold you for now, said the policeman, lowering his baton. When you go to prison, they will find out how easily you die. You came to my station with some false information. You will have a few questions to answer, so serve him right. False information, sir? No, sir. I did not give you any false information. We will soon learn the truth, said the constable. God, this is getting cold. I don't like when it is cold. It's actually warm now. We will soon learn the truth, said the constable. In the afternoon, D.C. Pickens rode up to the police station. I have been very busy since yesterday, he told the two policemen standing at the station gate. I thought for a while, then I realized that there is one only hardware store in our area that sells water boots. I went there and asked the store owner. So me tell you, this policeman is a real Sherlock Holmes. I went there and asked the store owner if he could recollect who had been purchasing water boots, most frequently and in an unusual quantity. He told me that man called Robert had purchased quite a few pairs in the last 3 weeks. Robert said that he is doing a profitable business with them. So I presumed that he had been reselling them, explained the man. Before Pickens could finish his explanation, a ragged, barefoot man with torn clothes walked quickly up to them. As unkempt and dirty as he was, there was such an urgency about him that no one could ignore his presence. Pardon me, please, gentlemen, he said, looking somewhat unsteady but buzzing with excitement. Everyone stopped and gave full attention to the newcomer. While I was far in the woods searching for a special candlewood for my fire, I heard a cow mooing. As soon as I began to chop, I was frightened, as I would never expect to see or hear a cow in a place like that. I went to the place from which the sound came. There was a little clearing in the forest. Can you imagine my surprise when I saw this cow with 4 water boots on its feet? So, Robert was the one buying the water boots, put on the water boots on the cow, and then go steal them. So when the people looking at the footprints, they don't see the footprints of the cow, they only see the water boot. What a man smart. Genial. Terrible. There was a little clearing in the forest. Can you imagine my surprise when I saw this cow with 4 water boots on its feet? I nearly cried out. I thought it was one of those terrible ghosts they call rolling calf. I was not expecting to see a cow there, and to see one dressed in water boots was more scaring. The 2 policemen burst into laughter. D.C. Pickens did not laugh. He kept on nodding his head thoughtfully. It was as if he was anticipating something like that. Are you joking? I don't think you are serious, said one of the policemen. Was the cow dressed in pants as well? Or was she wearing a dress? I am a busy man. You certainly don't expect me to walk 3 miles to come here to give you a joke, he replied. I saw the cow with my own eyes. It was a large bull cow. Tory come to bump. That's interesting, said the other policeman. We will get the permission of the corporal and come with you immediately. But did you see a bull or a cow? I told you I saw a bull cow. What is so funny? It seems everybody around here knows bull cow except you. Weren't you born in Jamaica? Every Jamaican knows bull cow, said the man, taken aback by the policeman's lack of knowledge. Okay, we won't go into that now. We have to move fast, replied the officer. Not so fast, said Pinkins. I would also like to accompany you, but on one condition only. What is your condition? Inquired the officers. The condition is that you free the prisoner you have, known as Robert. Boy, it's a policeman, is smart enough. I like him. I really like him. We hold him as a suspect. How can we do that? Questioned one officer. Without tangible proof, you cannot convict him. I am absolutely sure you will get the proof we need. Though he is detained, I am sure his mind is focused on nothing but that cow now. As soon as he is released, he will head straight there. Very smart. It's a policeman, very smart. We will go there and wait. Let us get a few men to accompany us. Ask the corporal to release him about an hour after we set off. Boy, I like this a policeman, Pinkins. I like him. Oh my God, I just left the door open today. The mosquito is gonna eat me alive. Very smart policeman. Boy, this tea is really nice, guys. Leaf of life with black mint. You boil it together. Trust me, it's delicious. Really nice. You guys need to try it. Lovely. Most of the tea that I drink is either the same Jamaica bush tea. So this morning I had like lime tea. Well, it wasn't the leaf I used this morning. I just squeezed the lime juice in the cup and a little bit of sugar. I'm trying to come off of sugar. And it really tastes nice. Same thing with the civil orange leaf, the guava leaf, all of these fruits that we have around us, the leaf of these fruits, and make lovely tea. Anyway, back to our story. So Pinkins said that they're to let out the prisoner an hour after they set off. So they're going to catch him. They're going to set him up to catch him. Alright, so it's let me read back from here. Let us get a few men to accompany us. Ask the corporal to release him about an hour after we set off. They agreed that Pinkins' idea was good. About 2 hours later, there were 8 or 9 men hiding in the bushes, looking at the cow in water boots tied to a pimento tree. They were placed in a circular position that if he were trying to escape one way or another, he could be held. All right, now listen up now. At precisely the time Pinkins estimated that he would arrive, some rustling among the dry leaves in the scantily used track was heard. He emerged in the clearing. He went to the pimento tree and started to untie the knot. He suddenly stepped back and started to survey the entire place. Oh my God, this is so funny. He suddenly stepped back and started to survey the entire place as if he knew that You ever go, you ever, oh my God. Have you ever been somewhere and you're doing something and you feel like you're alone, but for some weird reason you just feel like somebody will watch you? Well, this is how the Robert feel. All him did they try to untie the cow to take off the water boat and just feel like something right. You know, if I just feel where something right, well, I saw him feel now. Anyway, he went to the pimento tree and started to untie the knot. He suddenly stepped back and started to survey the entire place as if he knew that all was not well. Everywhere was quiet. Only the coos of the wild doves and the buzzing of dozens of mosquito above his head were heard. No trace of any other living thing. He went again towards the rope, unfastened it, and began to lead the animal away. One policeman darted out of the bushes. He dropped the rope and glanced at the intruder. Seeing the policeman, whom he knew, he was about to run. The policeman pointed his gun at him and commanded, "If you move a step, you are a dead man." Instantly, the rest of the men rushed towards him. He saw that he was well cornered and there was no escape. He wished he could... Oh my God, this is so funny. He wished he could fly the air. You ever in a position where you wish that it's so embarrassing? Have you ever been in a position where it's so embarrassing that when you're caught, you wish that the earth could have just opened up and just swallow you? Well, I saw him feel now. So he wished he could fly in the air, but but the man with the gun would shoot him down. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys find it funny, but this is really funny. And maybe I look silly, but trust me, I find this really funny. He wished he could fly in the air, but the man with the gun would shoot him down. "What are you doing here with this cow?" asked Pinkins, the policeman. I was passing this way, sir. And the poor cow dying of thirst, sir. I was only taking it to the stream and back, sir. He stammered. "You will tell the judge that," said Pinkins. If he believes all will be well with you." They ordered him to take up the rope and lead the cow ahead. When they arrived at the station, news of the stolen cow, dressed in water boots, spread like wildfire. And you know Jamaica stay already. In a small community, and you hear anything like that, you know it's a crowd and people are going to gather. And everybody are going to start chatting and have their own opinion. Oh, I didn't realize that someone joined. Money Mafia joined. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining. All right, let's get back. So he says, "You will tell the judge." He says, "You will tell the judge that," said Pinkins. If he believes all will be well with you." They ordered him to take up the rope and lead the cow ahead. When they arrived at the station, news of the stolen cow dressed in water boots spread like wildfire. By late afternoon, a large crowd converged at the station to get a glimpse of the cow and the thief. They saw the cow, but the thief had long been locked away. They saw the cow, but the thief had long been locked away. Near nightfall, Dirty Ears, having heard that one of his cows was at the police station, came and claimed it, with water boots and all. My. Peacehead and Hookworm were immediately released without any charges. They were happy to be released, but they were saddened. When anywhere they went, unkind people were referring to them as cow thieves. And no, as I said before, no Jamaican steak. Once them put a name on you and start calling a certain name, you better you not say nothing now, you just accept it. So people start calling cow thief, although they were not. They were not thieves, but anyhow. So anywhere they went, unkind people were referring to them as cow thieves, though they had never stolen any cow. Quoting them. The following morning, Pinkins, having secured a search warrant, decided to see what Robert had in his house. All the citizens of the community were also highly interested. Old Iron Blue was also present. He wanted to see what Robert had. As soon as they pried open the door to his one-room board house, they were greeted with the strong scent of rum. So strong was the smell that it was as if they tasted it in their mouths. "I love the smell of this place," said Bellyside. I know said Bellyside would have said that because I'm a rumhead. "This smells like the real old-time proof rum." "Me too," agreed his drinking partner, Kong Teeth. "This smells good. It seems like plenty of the good stuff is around." It was a large room. It was packed with articles of every description. Kong Teeth and Bellyside were busily searching for the rum. They saw a large basin with pieces of bread. They discovered the bread was soaked with the strong rum. So you know him do with the rum now? What him do with the bread, him soak the rum, him soak the bread into the rum. And look like him use it to feed the pigs or the chickens. So when him stealing them now, they don't make no noise. Lord have mercy. Trust me, you have some thief in this. You have some thief will stay just like this. Only they would use their brains for good. "Me too," agreed Kong Teeth. "This smells good. It seems like plenty of the good stuff is around." It was a large room. It was packed with articles of every description. Kong Teeth and Bellyside were busily searching for the rum. They saw a large basin with pieces of bread. They discovered the bread was soaked with the strong rum. "Bread soaked in rum? What is this for?" questioned Bellyside. "I don't know," said Kong Teeth. "I see people soak bread in tea." So let me show you a picture of the cow, guys. So if you can see. So this is a picture of the cow where Robert steal the cow and put the cow in water boots. See? So the cow is dressed in water boots. "But I never see anyone soak bread in rum." "I see," exclaimed Pinkins. "This is what he uses to feed the pigs and gets them so drunk that they make no sound while he is leading them away." "He is a bad, bad thief," said Bellyside. "Yes, man," agreed Kong Teeth. "Bad thief for true. Look at all his antics." My tea is now cold. As I spoke about the lady that died, Miss Norma E. Walters, the JP lady, who is from Brownstown in Liberty Valley. I remember today I was reflecting and I was remembering that how I used to go and sit with her on the veranda and have tea. Most time it would be on a Sunday evening. And most time when we sit down and having tea, she would say, "Come, Karen, stick your pinky. Drink your tea and stick your pinky out." You know, those are some memories of her that I will treasure. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so in Robert's apartment, they found two graters shaped in the form of a pair of shoes. Pinkins saw they found two graters shaped in the form of a pair of shoes. Pinkins took them up and began to examine them. These are certainly not for grating cassava, coconut, or corn. He saw tiny pieces of banana plant fastened in the grooves. "Oh!" exclaimed Pinkins in astonishment at Robert's creativity. This is what he wore to climb the banana trees. My God, this is what he wore to climb the banana trees to cut the fruit from the plant. I long suspected that he had some unusual means of getting to the top of those banana trees, but I couldn't figure out what it was. Old Aunt Blue, who had been standing outside all along, decided to step in. "See me bucket there, see me bucket there," he bawled out while running to grab it. "You know how much I adore this bucket. This is the best one I have ever had." In a corner lying near the window, they found a large box containing 10 brand new pair of water boots. As the morning progressed, more and more people came as they heard that Robert's house was open, and many people were discovering lost items in it. My God, so Robert looked like him one of them thieves there. When him don't need the item, him just have to take it up. "This is my felt hat," cried an old man. "And this is Teacher Turnbull's necktie." Our necktie my thief too. I bought this hat in Cuba after World War I. It is made of very good material. See, it is covered with dust, but never mind, I will work on it. "These are my 2 pair of white shoes," exclaimed the lady. My God, so all woman shoes him thief too. So him now look like him not have use for most of these things, but him just addicted to stealing. You have some people like that. They don't need the stuff, but they're just addicted to stealing. So people in the community come to Robert's house and they're finding all sorts of stolen items, lost items that they lost. "These are my 2 pair of white shoes," exclaimed the lady. "But why did he steal them? He does not have any woman living with him. There is Pappy Mac's spare tire and his jack too. Perhaps he is planning to get a woman," laughed Mr. Butters. There were also tools for carpenters, the mason, the plumber, and the barber's shear. He certainly had no use for many of these items. The people took what belonged to them, leaving the remaining items. The people took what belonged to them, leaving the remaining items. Pinkins got the additional information he needed and informed the police. 2 days later, Dirty Ears' other cow casually walked back into the district, also dressed in water boots. My goodness. This created much laughter and excitement. Dirty Ears was happy though nothing was ever heard of his pig. Dirty Ears was happy though nothing was ever heard of his pig. A few weeks later, news came to the community that Robert was tried and sentenced to 7 years imprisonment. So then give him 7 years. The stealing, all these things. The people breathed a sigh of relief. No other animal went missing. Miss Joplin remarked that every day, no, this is another Jamaican saying, which is so true, and I believe it is true. Miss Joplin remarked that every day bucket a go well, one day the bottom must drop out. And one of these days I want to look on, I have this book about Jamaican sayings, old time people sayings, and I want to, one of these days I'm going to go through it with you guys. Because it's very interesting. All these little things that old time people used to say. It is so true. Every day bucket a go well. One day the bottom must drop out. So that means you keep on doing something over and over and you feel so nobody not going to catch you and you just keep on doing it over and over. And one day you just get caught. So this is what with Robert now. All along he's been stealing the animals in the community. Stealing things from people. Right? And then one day them just get caught. Just like how them say on the same day, leaf got tank bottom it rotten. Right? So the leaf drop in the tank and after a while, over time, it get brown and then it rots. So they say nothing lasts forever. So it goes. Every day bucket a go well, one day the bottom must drop out. Very, very famous Jamaican saying. Most of his tricks in stealing were deciphered. But everyone still wonders how he got the fowls from their roost high up in the trees without a squawk. Well, I have an idea. I figure that him probably soak the bread in rum and give them. So maybe that's how he got them up. Maybe that's how he got them down, by soaking the bread in the rum. What a man, what a thief. I remember some years ago, I think I spoke about it. Some years ago, I went on a trip when I was in my 20s, early 20s, donkey years ago. And this young lady who said she was my friend, I'm not call her my friend, she was an associate of mine. And she went on this trip with me. And say for example, I had about $5,000 in my bag. Had the money in my bag, and when lunchtime now, ready to buy our snack and what have you, no money, has turned out the bag, can't find the money. And then I remember I had like $1,000 in my pocket, even that was gone. I said, God, I was so distraught. Other persons in the bus lost their money too. So you know what some of the guys did? And then I said in Jamaica, they must have turn her upside down and so that turn her upside down. And when they search her, I'm not even going to bother telling the guys where she hid the money. So trust me, that girl, if you leave yourself careless, she thief you too. Trust me, she was a professional thief. You will have your money in your hand and she take it from you and you don't even realize how she take it. Or you have your money in your handbag and have it so in front of you and she take it out. She was good. Good in the terms of good at what she did. Yeah, so we're going to stop there. We're going to stop there for tonight. And then we will pick up back. So we're finished with chapter 6. So the next chapter we'll go on to is chapter 7. And it is Miss Jopelin Goes Visiting. So we're finished with chapter 6. So the next chapter is chapter 7. Alright, so we'll pause it there for tonight. So folks, thank you. Thank you, Mafia, Money Mafia, for joining me. Thank you. Thank you for spending your time to listen to me reading. Thank you. And for those who will see my video later on at another time, thank you. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Please leave your comments. I'd love to hear from you folks. Please leave your comments. And subscribe to my page, Karen's Vibes. So it's KarenVibes with an exclamation sign. So Karen Vibes. That's my YouTube channel. Alright, so thank you for joining me. I'm gonna get a bath and go and get some rest because I'm tired. I had a long day today. Well, I usually have long days. I have a lot to do. I had a long day today. So, thank you for joining me. You guys enjoy the rest of the well, I should say evening. Enjoy the rest of the evening and have a wonderful night. And I will catch you again tomorrow because I want to finish up this book. I have some other interesting book that I want us to delve into. So I need to get that done. Not that I'm rushing it, but you know. Alright guys, enough of my chatting. So have a good night. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Please leave your comments. Alright? So thank you. Have a good night. Bye. Take care, Suno.